Hey guys, what's up? Evil Zombie here. So today I'm going to be talking to you finally about Alien RPG, like the full book. I've already talked to you about the starter set. I almost dropped something and broke it. Okay, I put it aside. But today I'm going to talk to you about Alien RPG, the full release book from Free League. Free League Publishing is awesome. Everything they release is of very high quality and it's very well polished and everything. The physical build quality of the book is top notch. Like it feels heavier than any D&D book I have. It just feels like it's much higher quality than any other book I have. It, I mean, it's top 10 here. It's all aces. This is great. I like it. The physical quality is fantastic. The pages, they feel like most RPG books. They feel about like every D&D book. They used a lot of toner for this to print it. There's a lot of dark pages, full on black pages. But one of the cool things I love about it is that the use of space they have in here is fantastic. They actually use the inside cover for the map, and it's labeled out and everything. Like you can find every single planet. It's so cool. It's all in here. Everything that there is, like LV 1113, or we have one of the stations over here, or like the way you have a key for all the different sections and what they run, like the United Americas, or like Wayland Yutani, all the companies, independent core system colonies. It's cool. So it has, you get to know where everybody is and who you'll encounter based on the area that you're in. Okay, so I told you about the map. The map is cool. And even this page, they didn't have to put anything here, but they did. And it looks nice. And all the artwork in this looks cool in this book. I do love artwork. It's the same amazing quality that you get in the starter set. There are several chapters. Was it 13? Yeah, 13 chapters. Hope's Last Day is an actual one shot, or not one shot. It's like a not the campaign mode. It's cinematic mode. So it's a cinematic mode mission, and it's cool. It's well done. It's a lot of fun to read through. It goes through the whole four parts kind of thing. You have the section, so it has the situation. It gives you the basic outline of it, the locations where everything, like where you are, the ships, all that has maps, everything that's going to happen in it, and the end of the story. So a GM can kind of run through it. And if you don't have the starter set or any other adventures, at least you have an adventure in here, which is fantastic. And I like that. I appreciate that. The way that they label everything, the artwork that they use, the way that they add little hints of story throughout everything, I love everything about it. They've done a good job in making this an enjoyable first read. The only downside is some things are referenced earlier on, then they don't get explained till like way later, and you have to really use sticky notes, or you jump back and forth a little bit. I've already thumbed through the whole thing, just a quick thumb through, and kind of got the gist of everything, and now I'm reading through it more seriously and studying it. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I really loved where is it? The Alien Species chapter, chapter 11. That was so cool. I mean, I just love digging into it and reading all the information about them. It was well done. It's fun reading about the different types of characters and all that. The character creation is pretty good. The mechanics in this game, easy, just like in the starter set. You use D6s for everything. And every time there's like the chapter change, look at this. It's a cool, beautiful 2-page spread, and I love it. Remember, if you're a dungeon master, I highly suggest this. Players, I would suggest just getting the starter set because you have a smaller, simpler manual for that. But one of the things I love the most about this, I mean, there's not that much text. It looks like a gigantic book, but all the pages are like this, where it's sections and it's bigger text. It's not as much reading as you think. Like you can read through this whole thing pretty quickly. You can study it and know it within a couple weeks. And there's not as many mechanics as you think. There's like 7 vehicles. There's spaceship battles. There's a whole bunch of cool things that you can do in this. Combat is awesome. The way that death is handled in this game, I love. The injury chart that you get from it is just so cool. That's just a cool thing that you need like a GM screen for. I mean, I'll use this and I'll print out my own stuff probably based on what I use, you know? But one of the cool things I love about this, like it has all of the normal sections. These are the important texts. and it has little quotes from the movies that pops up every once in a while. But there's this ongoing story in the background of the book that just goes like the whole time, like over here, and it's all part of the same coherent story that goes throughout the book, and I love it. They open up to like the 2 pages that don't have it. Like, look at this. Even over here, more ship's log, more ship's log. Over here, it's all cool. It just kind of plays out. And the background art, everything is just gorgeous. Like, this all looks very professional, very crisp. It's very cinematic even to read through this. It's a great first read through. Afterwards, you're going to be frustrated because you'll be flipping back and forth to remember things. But that's why I suggest you get the game mother screen. They call it the game mother in this. I like the timeline. It kind of goes over everything, where it all fits in. I think the only thing that they don't include in this canon is Alien Resurrection, if I remember correctly. Tells you a bit about role-playing game, what you need to play the game. I'm going to scroll forward a little bit. Look at that the beautiful spread of art. It's so cool. And all the characters. I'm not going to show you every page. I'm just going to kind of thumb through part of it. The kid. The medic. The officer. So everyone has to kind of listen to you. The roughneck. Space trucker is an actual job description in this, and I flippin' love it. I love that space trucker is an actual job in this. That's like what it's actually called, and it's so cool. It's so cool. And every chapter switch has this beautiful 2-page spread. It's amazing. Tells you about the rolling of the dice and your chance of success, and push rolls are cool. So if you fail a roll, okay, let me get out the dice. These are other dice. I'll get to that in a minute. There. Yes, I have the starter set. One of my favorite things about the starter set is all the dice you get. And I'm going to show you what these dice, because these are the dice. And they sell these dice, like, you can get a 10-pack of dice. Like, of just these for $20 or just those for $20. And it's ridiculous. It's easier just to literally get the starter set for $40 and have all the dice and the cards and an adventure and a rule book and a map. It's so much it's cheaper and easier overall. Okay, this I'm only going to get like 2 of these out so I can show you something. Okay, so basically the general rule of this, like with the rolling of the dice, say you have, like with the character sheet, you have different statistics. Say you have like 4 strength, and then you are going to use a lead pipe or something to attack something. So you're going to smack it with that, and your close combat skill is a 2. So you take those other 2, and you're going to roll these. And say I rolled these, and this is a failure. I did not get any 6s on there. So I want to push that roll. So I have to add a stress dice. If this dice rolls a 6, it's a success for me. It helps me. But if it rolls a 1, the cool little alien symbol, then I have to do a panic roll. And those are bad. Cool things happen with panic rolls. So if I rolled again, that is a failure right there. I have to do a panic roll now. Even though that's a 6 and that's a 6, it's still a failure because the stress die itself was the 1. So I have to do the panic roll, and then things can happen. Like I'll get a nervous twitch or things like that. Even these ones don't matter. Those are just invisible numbers. Those don't matter at all. The only numbers that matter are 6s and 1s. On stress die, the 1s matter. If it was like that, then this would have been a success. Even if it was like that, that would have been 3 6s. So it can help. If it was like that, where the only thing that was a 6 was the stress die, it's still a success. That's still a good thing. So, yeah, that's the gist of how mechanics kind of work. I'm not going to go too heavy into it. I can do a how to play video if you ever want to see like a single player example. I'm happy to do that. There's group roles, and let's see, where is it? The skills section does tell you a lot about the mechanics of the game. It's an important section. I do suggest you read through it. It's a good section. Talents are important things, so you kind of learn about, well, like what kind of things your character can do. Like if you're merciless, menacing, if you're a machine gunner, a light sleeper. These are very good things to kind of hint at what your character's role play should be and how they kind of interact with the world around them. Like if they have a light sleeping talent, You can get by on less sleep than most people. You only need to sleep for one shift every 2 days. That is incredibly handy. Less stress points, less exhaustion. You're more aware. You can be the one that watches. That is incredible. You don't have to sleep anywhere near as much, and you have a better chance of survival for it. Or stoic. You can roll for stamina using wits instead of strength, which is cool if you have a low strength, you know? Scrolling forward, ranged combat. I'm still studying through this section, so I'll get back to you a little more on other stuff. Damage is cool. Oh yeah, the weapons. Weapons are weapons. If you have... The cards don't have all the weapons in them, but they have a good amount. But the weapons are just kind of fun to look through. That way you can get an idea of what there is. You can memorize the names, and you can kind of tab it where what each member of the crew has. So it makes it easier to figure out what's there. Talks about different kinds of ammo and everything. It's cool. It's a nice section. The flamethrower. Oh. Yeah, baby. I like it. All the equipment like computer mainframes. All the stuff that you see. Beautiful artwork again. There's so much artwork in this book. Vehicles. Important sections not covered in the starter set. There's like 7 vehicles, I think it was. They're not covered in the starter set at all. You remember this bad boy from the original, from Aliens, the second movie. Ripley's riding this thing and then, like, just destroys with it. Ripley's a badass. Oh man, the ship. Weyland-Yutani, transport, sled and crane. So it just goes into all kinds of vehicles. Alright, that's like this, the sled. It's nice. It tells you all the different kinds of things, the scenarios that happen, talks about the speed of the vehicles, how fast they go, just so you can give better details and build the atmosphere. Ooh, neurological disorientation disorder. That's a fun section to read also. Cool things happen. More beautiful artwork. Spaceships. More spaceships. You can also get into spaceship combat and you can blow your spaceship up and just die. I suggest avoiding spaceship battles or board their ship and you have a better chance of living. No, spaceship battles are cool. This goes over all the spaceships. A Hard Life Among the Stars. I like the name of everything. Smuggler's Run. I love the way it has all these little extra tidbits all over. Look at this. That's one of the ships. It tells you all the ratings and information on it. They have all the information, like engineers, what they can do, the gunners, the armor for it, components. If you want to, it gives you all the rolling charts based on D66s. So just roll D100 and use 66 or under. But minor component damage, I think there's a major, yeah, it's over here, so when you get damaged, you can roll for it, see what happens. Sometimes it's fine, sometimes life support goes offline. Bad things can happen, but it's still cool. Look at that. Your job as game mother. This is the DM section, or the GM section, the game mother section. This tells you how to play it if you're the game master. Passing that, this is important. Memorize this. This is one of my favorite things about this game. The stress and the horror aspects of it are awesome because this is like a big part of this. Oh yeah, they have a small section on retrofuturism. That's important because that's like a big thing in the Alien universe, but still, back to this. You're trying to make it a scary game. Like Call of Cthulhu, I love Call of Cthulhu because it's about horror. But stress and horror, the stress build up panic in the characters and they're always nervous when they're rolling the dice, even though they have a lot of dice. They could still very easily fail. If they have 8 stress, that's that many chances of failure. Tells you about the different stages of fear and what they could be feeling, so that you can describe it better. Oh yeah, cinematic play. NPCs are NPCs. If your character dies, I might give them a character sheet that's made from an NPC sometimes, just so they can keep playing. You know, don't kick someone out of the game. Just let them take over someone, and then change the story up a little bit. You can do that. You're the game mother. Cinematic play. Oh yeah, they have different symbols based on what rules portray to what type of game mode. So cinematic is this one. There's also it's like a crosshair one for the campaign one. But it's cool. So that way they could note that was for cinematic. Or see, campaign mode's up there. That's what the symbol looks like for that. And it tells you the basic structure, how you can kind of put it together. And for the most part, you can put together a story like Aliens pretty quickly. Goes over the governments, If you really want to dig into it, you can. That's mostly for campaign play. Campaign play is like an open world. You can kind of just run around and Skyrim the heck out of it. I love this. It's so cool. You can Skyrim the heck out of it and just go exploring the star system and battle space pirates all you want as a space trucker from hell. Oh yes, my goodness. Or in cinematic mode, you have the alien invasion on your ship, you're trying to handle it, you're scared, and you might live, you might not live, nobody knows. That's the fun of cinematic play, which is what this is mostly shining in. Now we're in the section with the alien species. Of course, it doesn't have very many pictures, unfortunately. I would have loved that, but that was an actual design choice, they said, because they want to keep up the mystery, even though if you're playing this game, you've probably already seen every movie 50 times. Oh yeah, critical injuries on xenomorphs. This is important. If you kill a xenomorph, they roll a d6 and use this chart. So they can be torn apart, they can have one more action on their last breath, they can have a desperate action right away, or they're just wounded, or they just get back up. It's cool. Like, combat is interesting there, because you don't have to tell them what the roll was, you just role play it out. But the neomorph, I forget which one, was that from Prometheus? Or was that the Bloodburster that one came from? Is that from the other one? Bloodburster, yeah. But it tells you about their life cycles and what they're each like, and they have the basic stats, like their speed stat, health, their mobility, observation, their armor rating, and their sprint. It has all the different types of aliens. It goes over their stages. It's a fun read. This is a cool section to read. This was one of my favorite ones. Of course, we have the face hugger from the infamous regular xenomorphs, chest burster. What happens when a chest burster attacks? They can roll forward. There's tables that are scattered throughout. You're going to want to note this stuff. And the artwork is so beautiful. Everything about it is so cool. I'm zooming ahead. Zooming ahead. There's cool things that are on the level of a queen, which is ridiculous. I love it. And there's charts for everything. It's like you have to study it. Beautiful. That's the harvesters. They're just other type of alien creatures that are evil, but they're not xenomorphs as far as I can see on it. They're harvesters. Different types of alien creatures. There's the campaign mode one. Oh yeah, campaign framework. Space truckers. I must zoom forward a lot, guys, but you can go over so many things to kind of world build, like planetary terrain, the geosphere table, what temperature a planet is. It tells you all the details. You can kind of roll for your whole adventure here. It's crazy to kind of build up stuff. It's like scenario hooks. You can do a D66 for that. Do they make a 66-sided dice? I'm going to have to find out. I'm going to keep going forward. Campaign play. Campaign play is probably something I'm personally not going to do very much. Okay, so this is all still campaign play. But like the Novgorod, it tells you all the different levels of it. The maps in this are really cool. Oh good, here it is. Hope's Last Day. This is the cinematic campaign. You have your ship, you have your basic scenario, you have all your NPCs in here. Is that the NPCs? No, that's the players, yes. So you have pre-made characters in there. But this game also tells you in like chapter 2 how to make your own players. I'll show you the maps. The maps are sexy. Oh my goodness, there it is. Beautiful maps. Look at those. Like, I love the maps that they make in this, that this company makes. They're so cool. It's so badass. Anyways, guys, do I suggest it? Yes, so good. I think if you get it from Free League, if you get it from their site, I think, don't quote me on this, but I think you get the PDF. I'm not sure. I got this on Amazon, which I will also include a link of in the description below. I'll include a link to both places because it was I think it was cheaper on Amazon, but you only get the book. You don't get the PDF. So go check. I'm not sure. You can go look in both places. I'll include both links just for your information. If you buy it on Amazon through my link, that will help me out because it's an affiliate link at no extra cost to you. It helps me out. So there you go. That's just for your information. I'm not sponsored. I bought this and I love it. I even did like a full big marathon before I started reading it. I watched all 6 movies. 6 movies. And it was glorious. I even started playing through Alien Isolation again, kind of getting the mood for it. I love it. It's so cool. Oh, I spit. And for when I have players over, I have a lot of players, and not everyone has enough dice, so we don't all have to share dice. I have a crap ton of dice. Look at this. I have the white dice. And in my other one, I have 50 dice in each bag. This is just a poofier bag, but they have the same amount of dice in them. And then I have the stress dice. Or they can be the regular dice and the stress dice. Either way, I don't really care. But it's awesome either way. So I have cool dice that I keep cool dice in. I got these 50 of them for about $9. I got them on AliExpress. They were dirt cheap because, well, they're just basic dice. They're all well weighted enough for dice, and they do dice things. You roll them, and they give you a number. So I'll include a link if you want to find super cheap dice. That's not an affiliate link. It's just a good deal. So, yeah, that's for your information. These, I always buy all the ones that Walmart has every time they go in stock. So that's just me sucking as a consumer. Anyways, I'll find the white ones also on the AliExpress site if I can, so you can get a good cheap deal, you know. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoy it, please like the video, subscribe, all that junk. I'm also a dungeon master for hire on, well, it's in the description below on startplaying.games. Slash DM slash, is it slash GM slash evilzombie? Link in the description. You can hire me and I will run this game for you. The adventure that's in here. I'm still reading this one. So I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys being here. Okay, bye.